Hello everyone. Welcome back to the session of English. In this session, we are going to discuss adjectives. We are going to continue this topic. This is part 6. We have already discussed adjectives in our earlier sessions as well. In this session, we are going to revise adjectives with some additional points. So, in this session, we are going to discuss some important points related to adjectives which are very important for this chapter, without which this chapter is incomplete. So, let's revise adjectives, what we have already done in our earlier sessions, and we will revise it with some additional points so that you may get the concept of adjectives in detail. So, let's begin the session. First of all, we'll discuss the degree of comparison in this session. Well, we have already discussed degrees of comparison in our earlier sessions as well, but that was just a brief discussion. In this session, we are going to elaborate degrees of comparison. First of all, what are degrees of comparison? Before that, we must know the meaning of comparison. Comparison is just to compare between the two things or between or among more than two things. For example, if I compare A with B on the basis of some quality, may be possible on the basis of height, on the basis of color, on the basis of intelligence, and anything. So this is just the comparison, and comparison can be done in three types. So there is positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. That all depends on the levels of comparison. For example, if I compare the two things on equal level, so the level number one is equal level. Suppose I say that A is similar to B. So this is the comparison on equal level. Now, if I show someone superior and someone inferior, or if I just show someone superior to the other, there is the degree of comparison. In that, comparison can be seen easily. And when I compare one to all, so when I compare one to all, so these are three levels. Just equal level, less or more, or one to all. So these are three types of levels on which we can compare the two things or two persons with each other, or maybe more than two things. Now, English grammar, adjectives can be modified to express different degrees of comparison. So just to compare two different things on the level on three different levels, we use degrees of comparison. And in English, we are going to read three degrees of comparison in adjectives. There are three main degrees of comparison for adjectives. What are these? What are these? Positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. So these are three degrees. Now, in positive degree, we compare on equal level. Suppose if I say that A is just as B, so this is equal level. So when I compare the two persons or two things on equal level, for example, if I say A is as good as B, it means A is good like B. So we are comparing two persons on the equal level, that they both are same, that they both are good at same level, so that is equal level. So in case of equal level, we use only positive degree of adjective. Now what is positive degree of adjective? When the adjective is itself in its basic form, that is positive degree of adjective. Now comparative, when the comparison can be seen easily, it means one is above, or the another one is below that, or you can say superior or inferior, or you can say a person in which the comparison can be seen. For example, if I say A is taller than B, it means A's height is just a little more than that of B. So this is the comparative degree in which comparison can be seen easily. So the comparison can be seen easily. So someone is less or someone is more, so that is called comparative degree. And in which, when we compare one to all, for example, if I say A is the best person in this world, so A is compared with all the people in the world. So this is the level in which one is shown the highest, that is called superlative degree of adjective. So these are three degrees of adjectives which we are going to discuss in this session. This is very interesting and very simple. So let's begin. First, we'll read positive degree of adjective. This is the basic form of an adjective used to describe a noun or pronoun without making any comparison or showing comparison at equal level. It means there is no comparison that is seen because both are same and both are at equal level, or you can say comparison is done on equal level. That is called positive degree of adjective. For example, if I say A is as good as B, it means I'm saying that both are good. So as B, it means they are both good at the same level. So this is called positive degree of adjective. Now, what are the rules of positive degree of adjective? That we'll discuss later on. We are just discussing the meaning of positive degree over here. And in this session, we are going to discuss how to convert a positive degree into comparative degree or superlative degree of adjective. So positive degree of adjective is just the basic form of adjective. Now let us move further. We can see some examples over here. For example, Sham is a good boy. Now good is positive degree of adjective. Anshul is a handsome boy. So this handsome is positive degree of adjective. He is as intelligent as Ria. So he is compared with Ria and they are both intelligent at the same level. So the extent of intelligence in him is the same as that of in Ria. So he and Ria are both same uh, at the level of intelligence. So this is also the positive degree of adjective. The farmer was very tired. Now we can see the word tired over here. So tired is basically a past participle but a positive degree of adjective. So we have used this with very. So this is called positive degree of adjective. Now let us move further. Now let us define comparative degree of adjective. So comparative, as the word suggests itself, that the comparison can be seen easily. For example, if I say there are two persons A and B, suppose they both are brothers, and if I say that A is taller than B, B's height is lesser than A. So here I'm talking about the word that is taller. So we can see that the tall is positive degree of adjective, and if I add er to it, it becomes comparative degree of adjective. To convert a positive degree of adjective into a comparative degree of adjective, we use a suffix er and more. So we are using er as suffix and more as prefix to convert a word into comparative degree. More as prefix. Now, what is the rule to convert this suffix or to add this suffix or prefix? That whether we have to add er or whether we have to add more to the word to convert it into comparative degree, that we will discuss just a little later. So, in this, we are just going to define comparative degree of adjective. This degree is used to compare two or more things, usually indicating that one has more or less of a particular quality than the others. To form the comparative degree, you typically add more or less before the adjective. Now, one more thing is there which we should keep in mind, but we will discuss that later on as well. But here I'm just going to give you a brief description of that particular thing which we should keep in mind while we are comparing two things with each other. What are these? Let us see. Suppose we have only one person, and two qualities of the same person. We are comparing two qualities of the same person between each other. It means here we are not comparing person. We are comparing the two qualities of that particular person. For example, if I say A is stronger than brave, it means uh, if I say A has two qualities, one he is strong and other he is brave. So these are two qualities. One he is strong by body and brave. Now he has two qualities. Now one quality is more in him. That is, he is stronger more but brave less. So how to write this in a sentence that we will discuss later on. Again, if I compare two persons on the base of one quality, so this In this manner, we can also compare two things. For example, I'm comparing A and B on the basis of strongness. Did I say that A is stronger than B? It means A is more strong and B is less strong. So I'm saying A is stronger than B. So both the persons are being compared on the basis of a quality, that is a strongness. So that is also the style to compare two things or two persons together or with each other. So these are the two methods by which we can compare and in which we can use comparative degree. But what are the uses, how to use it, that we will discuss later on in this session only. Now let us move later further. For example, Kajal is beautiful than her elder sister. So I'm here comparing Kajal is beautiful than her elder sister. I'm comparing this Kajal with her elder sister, but the sentence is incorrect. Why so? Because beautiful is just a positive degree of adjective, whereas whenever we use then, it means we are comparing two persons. Now, what are the two persons being compared over here? That is Kajal and her elder sister. So these are two persons which are being compared with each other. So for this, then we should use comparative degree of adjective, that is more beautiful. So Kajal is more beautiful than her elder sister will be the correct sentence. Now let us move to the next one. Sonu is better of the two. Now this is very important whenever we compare one with the two. So whenever we use the phrase that is better of the two or comparative degree plus of plus two, in this case we always use the before comparative degree. Now this is very very important. We always use the before comparative degree if we compare two things on the basis of selection. In this, we also select as well as compare. And whenever we use of the two, so whenever we use this phrase, that is of the two, we use the before comparative degree of adjective. For example, Sonu is better of the two. No, it is Sonu is the better of the two. So here before better, that is comparative degree of adjective, I'm using the because I am just selecting Sonu from the two. It means there are two persons and I'm saying, for example, there are two brothers. So I say that Sonu is better of the two. It means Sonu, between these two persons, Sonu is the better one. So I'm also selecting it. I'm also comparing two persons and I'm using the phrase that is of the two. So whenever this phrase is used in the sentence, that is of the two, we use the before comparative degree as well, because in this case we are selecting one of them. I hope you understood. Well, let us move to the next one. Arjun is good than Himanshu. Again, the sentence is incorrect because Arjun is being compared with Himanshu. So in this case, we'll write comparative degree of adjective and the comparative degree of good is better. So good is a positive degree, comparative degree of it is better, and superlative degree is best. Now, if I have a word bad, the comparative degree of bad is worse and superlative degree is worst. So these are predefined words. Shiva is strong than Vikas. So when Shiva is strong, then now then it means comparison has been made. So strong is incorrect. This is positive degree. We have to convert the sentence into comparative degree of adjective. That is, Shiva is stronger than Vikas. Now this sentence is absolutely correct. So this is the style how we convert a positive degree into comparative degree of adjective. Now let us move further. Jaya is tall of the two girls. Now again it is written of the two girls. It means your tall is incorrect because this is positive degree of adjective. We have to compare taller. This is also incorrect because we have not used the before it because the phrase is given to two girls. So we have to use the before comparative degree as well. So Jaya is the taller of the two girls. This sentence is absolutely correct. So we can see how to write the sentence of comparative degree of adjective. If there is only then when we are comparing two persons, just we do not have to use any article before that adjective. But if we are using the phrase of the two, it means we are just selecting that particular person as well as we are comparing. That is why we use the before comparative degree of adjective as well. This is very important rule of adjective as well as articles. Now let us move to the next one. Now here we'll learn superlative degree of adjective. Now as the word suggests itself that it is super, that means whenever we compare or we make one above all. That is, if we compare one to all, that is called superlative degree of adjective. The superlative degree is used to compare three or more things and indicates that one has the highest or the lowest degree of a particular quality. To form the superlative degree, we typically use or add most or least before the adjective, or you add est to the end of the adjective. For example, we use prefix that is most and suffix as est to convert the word into superlative degree of adjective. For example, if we have a word that is tall, now tall is a positive degree of adjective. Then if I have to convert this into comparative degree, I'll add er. So this will be taller. And to convert this into superlative degree of adjective, I'll add tallest, that is tallest. So I'm adding just est to convert this word into superlative degree of adjective. Now let us move further. Let us see some examples of it. That is, Rakhi is cleverer of all the four sisters. Now, if I'm saying of all the four sisters, I'm not comparing it with only one. I'm comparing it with all the four sisters. That means this is cleverer is incorrect. And if I write Rakhi is cleverer, again this is incorrect. Rakhi is the cleverest of all the four sisters. There is one thing also that should be kept in mind, that is, before superlative degree of adjective, we always use the. So the correct sentence is Rakhi is the cleverest of all the four sisters. So this is the correct sentence. Now let us move further. Ramesh is the good boy. Again, if I say good boy of the class, this is incorrect because I'm just comparing this one person with the entire class. Now Ramesh is the better boy of the class. No. Ramesh is the best boy of the class. This sentence is absolutely correct because I'm saying that Ramesh is above all in the class. Ramesh is the one who is the best of the class, best boy of the class. It means whosoever the boy is in the class, but Ramesh is the best person among those. Now let us move further. To use degrees of comparison in adjectives correctly, you need to follow specific rules and patterns. Here are the rules for using the comparative and superlative degrees of adjectives. Now, here we are going to discuss some points by which we can convert a positive degree of adjective into comparative or superlative degree of adjective. Now, there are some specific rules by which we can convert a positive degree of adjective into comparative and superlative respectively. Now, let us discuss that. Before this, we have to discuss a word that is syllable. Now, do you have any idea that what is syllable? Now, syllable is actually a pair. It is a pair of a vowel and consonant. It means that is there should be two letters, that is vowel and then consonant. So it is just a pair of vowel and consonant. We must have read these vowels and consonant in our letters in our alphabet. So we know well that what are vowels, only A, E, I, O, U, and consonant. Now this word is pronounced as vowel, not vowel, basically. Well, whenever we have a pair of vowel and consonant in which vowel should precede the consonant. So this pair is known as syllable. Now what we have to do, we have to look for the adjective that we have. Now what the adjective is there, we have to check whether there is one syllable or more than that. Now we have to check in our adjective that whether we have only one syllable or more than that. So more than one or one. If it contains only one syllable, we use ER or EST to convert the word into comparative and superlative respectively. And if we have only more than one syllable in an adjective, we use more or most prefix to convert the word into comparative and superlative respectively. So, this is very basic rule. Whatever the adjective is given to us, we just look whether there is one syllable or more than that. If it contains only one syllable, we use ER or EST to convert the word into comparative and superlative respectively. But if it contains more than one syllable, we use more or most to convert the word into comparative and superlative respectively. That's it. Now let us see some rules over here as well. Now if we have only one syllable adjectives, what we do for most one syllable adjectives, add ER to form the comparative degree and EST to form the superlative degree of adjective. For example, we have a word tall. Now in this word we can see TALL. So if I look for this word carefully, we have double L, L is consonant, and AL. Now this is making the pair of a syllable. How? Let us see. So AL. A is vowel and L is consonant. So this is making a pair of vowel and consonant. Now just keep this in mind. Vowel should precede the consonant, then only the word will be syllable. So this combination will be the syllable. So this contains only one syllable. That is why we use ER or EST to convert this word into comparative and superlative respectively. That is tall, taller, and tallest. Now let us see some more words. One syllable adjectives ending in E. Now whenever there is a one syllable in which is ending with E, what we do? We simply add R. It means we need not add ER, we just simply put R to that particular word. For example, positive degree is large. Now because this word is ending with E, so we'll just put R to it or ST to it. We need not write E again. So larger and largest, because we already have E over there. So to make it comparative, I just add R, and to make it superlative, I just add ST with that particular E. So that will be EST or AR. Now let us move to the next one. One syllable adjectives ending in a single consonant, preceded by a single vowel. So if there is, suppose only there is a single consonant and single vowel. If the adjective has a single vowel followed by a single consonant, double the final consonant before ending ER for the comparative and EST for the superlative. For example, if we have a word thin, now in this we can say that IN, this is only one syllable. Also, after I, this is only the single vowel you can see, and it is just ending with a single consonant. It means after N we do not have any further consonant. So we can also say that the syllable is at the end of the word. So in this case, what we do to convert this into comparative and superlative degree, we just double this last letter, that is last consonant, that is double NER or THI double NEST. So this is the rule how to convert a word into comparative and superlative respectively. Now let us move further. For example, the example is given over here, big. So IG is again the syllable which is at the end. It contains only one vowel, one consonant, and one consonant at the end. So we'll double this G. So bigger and biggest. Now let us move further. One syllable adjectives ending in Y. Suppose we have only one syllable adjective which is ending with Y. What we do, we just remove this Y from there and we'll replace it with IER or IEST. What we do, for example, the word is happy, which has Y in the end of the word. So I just replace this Y, I just remove this Y, and in this place I add IER or IEST. So it will be happier or happiest. Y will be replaced with I, and we'll add the same word as we did earlier, that is ER or EST. Now let us move further. Now if we have two vowels adjectives ending in Y, it means we have two vowels in a word and that is ending with Y. Similar to one syllable adjectives ending in Y, change Y to I and add ER to comparative and superlative, as we did in our earlier word as well. For example, the word is easy. Now we can say that there is only one syllable, that is A and S, but we have two vowels before S and Y. So EA. So what we do? EASIER or EASIEST. So similarly that we did earlier as well. So now let us move to the next one. Two syllable adjectives and longer adjectives. Now longer adjectives, what we do? Now if we have two syllable adjective, or you can say more than one syllable. For example, if we have a word beautiful, so it is BEAUTIFUL. Now let us see how many syllables are there. It is UTIFUL. So we have three syllables over there. That is UTIFUL. Whenever we have a syllable, it can also have a vowel and consonant, but we have to look for the combination in which vowel comes prior to the consonant. So in this case, beautiful, we have three such pairs. So if we have three such pairs, it means it is more than one. So we'll add more or most to convert the word into comparative and superlative respectively. For example, beautiful is positive degree of adjective, more beautiful is comparative degree of adjective, and most beautiful is superlative degree of adjective. Now let us move further. Positive degree, there are some more examples. It is important. So how many syllables are there? 1 and 2. So because we have three syllables actually, not two syllables, but we have three syllables over here. So we have three syllables over here. So comparative degree is more important and most important superlative degree. So we have three syllables, 1, then we have 2, and then we have 3. Now let us move further. Now whenever we have irregular adjectives, some adjectives have irregular forms in the comparative and superlative degree. Now these do not depend upon uh, the number of syllables or anything. These are irregular, or you can say predefined. For example, good, better, best. Similarly, bed, worse, worst. So this is how we make or we convert a word into comparative and superlative respectively. That's it. Now in the next session, we are going to discuss the uses of these degrees of comparison and the rules for using these comparative degree, positive degree, and superlative degree of adjective. Thank you very much.